Welcome everyone. If you can understand English, if you can read English, if you can even think in English but still can't speak fluently, this video is for you. And I need you to listen till the end because what I'm about to say might change the way you speak forever. You see, most learners are not blocked by grammar. They are not blocked by vocabulary. They are not even blocked by accent. They are blocked by their own thoughts. They are trapped in silence. Not because they don't know English, but because they can't break free from the noise inside their own mind. Have you ever had this moment? Someone asks you something in English. You know the answer. You know what to say. But your brain goes into panic mode. What if I say it wrong? What if they don't understand me? What if I embarrass myself? And by the time you prepare your perfect sentence in your head, it's too late. The moment is gone. You smile. You nod. You stay silent. And deep inside, your confidence dies just a little more. If that has ever happened to you, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. You are not stupid. You are not lazy. You are not bad at English. You are just thinking too much. And that's what we're going to fix right here, right now. This is not a motivational video. This is not a grammar lesson. This is a mirror. A mirror that shows you exactly what's blocking your mouth from opening and how to finally retrain your brain and your mouth to speak English naturally, confidently, and fluently, the way you've always wanted. But you have to stay with me till the end because by the time this video ends, your fear will be gone, your hesitation will be gone, and your real journey to English fluency will begin. This is the moment you stop thinking and start talking.
Let's begin. And don't forget, if you believe in your English journey, if you want to train your brain and mouth for real fluency, subscribe to our channel right now. Because this is not just a video. This is your transformation. 5 brutal reasons why you can't speak English. Because you're thinking too much. Now let's talk about the truth. Let's go deep inside your brain. Let's uncover the real reasons you're overthinking and why your mouth stays silent. These are not language problems. These are psychological blocks. And I promise you, when you understand them clearly, you will feel something break inside. Something that's been holding you back for years. Let's begin. Reason 1, you're afraid of being wrong. This is the most dangerous fear for any English learner. The fear of making a mistake. You don't want to sound foolish. You don't want people to laugh at your grammar. You don't want to use the wrong word. So you stay silent. But here's the truth. Every fluent speaker in the world once spoke broken English. They made thousands of mistakes. They said things wrong. They were laughed at. They felt embarrassed, but they kept speaking. That's the difference. You don't become fluent by avoiding mistakes. You become fluent by walking through them. Fear of being wrong is not protecting you. It's destroying your fluency slowly every single day. Reason 2, you think in your native language first. This is one of the most common problems English learners face. You're trying to speak English, but your brain is still thinking in your native language. So what do? You think of a sentence in your native language. Then you try to translate it into English. Then you try to speak it out loud. But this process is slow. It's stressful. Kills the moment. By the time you're ready to speak, the conversation has already moved on. This creates a dangerous pattern. You hesitate. You miss your chance. You feel embarrassed. You tell yourself, I'm not good at English. And you stop speaking. The longer you stay in this pattern, the more afraid you become to open your mouth. Reason 3, you were trained to be correct, not to communicate. Let's be honest, most of us learned English in school. And in school, the focus was always be correct. You had to get the grammar right. You had to write the perfect sentence. You were punished for mistakes. You were rewarded for silence. So your brain learned a dangerous lesson. It's better to say nothing than to say something wrong. This is why even today many learners stay quiet even when they know the answer. They are waiting for the perfect sentence in their head. But real-life conversations don't wait. You weren't trained to speak. You were trained to be silent unless you're perfect. But guess what? Fluency is not about perfection. Fluency is about flow. Fluency is about connection. Fluency is about communicating even when you're not 100% correct. Reason 4, your mouth has never been trained. This is something nobody tells you, but it's the biggest reason you're stuck. You've trained your brain. You've studied books. You've read grammar rules. You've watched YouTube videos. But you haven't trained your mouth. Think of it like dancing. You can watch 100 dance videos, but until your feet move, you can't dance. It's the same with English. Until your mouth starts forming the words, the phrases, the sentences, you will never speak fluently. Reading is not enough. Listening is not enough. Understanding is not enough. Your mouth has to be trained. It needs practice. It needs repetition. It needs flow. And if you don't train your mouth daily, it will stay frozen. That's why you feel stuck in conversations. That's why nothing comes out, even if you know what to say. Reason 5, you wait for confidence before you speak. This is the biggest lie English learners tell themselves. Once I feel confident, I'll start speaking. But here's the brutal truth. Confidence never comes first. It only comes after you start speaking. Confidence is not the requirement. It is the result. If you wait for confidence before you speak, you'll be waiting your whole life. Think about a baby learning to walk. Do they wait for confidence first? No. They stand, they fall, they cry, they try again. And with every step, confidence grows. It's the same with English. You have to speak when you're nervous. You have to speak when you're unsure. You have to speak when your hands are shaking. Because every time you speak, even for 10 seconds, your confidence grows stronger. These are the 5 brutal truths that are secretly destroying your English fluency. Now that you understand them clearly, deeply, emotionally, you are ready to break them. You are ready for the solutions. But remember, knowing the reasons is not enough. You must act. You must train your brain and you must train your mouth. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. Solution 1. Speak broken English proudly, even if it's wrong. Let's begin with something that will sound strange at first. But if you truly understand this, you will be free. You must speak broken English. You must speak wrong English. And you must speak it proudly. That's right. Not just accept it, but be proud of it. Why? Because broken English is the birth of real fluency. Think of any child who is learning to speak. Do they say full, correct, beautiful sentences? No. They say things like, me want water. He goes school now. No. In fact, we smile. We encourage. We listen because we know they are learning. We know they are growing. And here's the truth you need to hear. You are not a failure if you speak broken English. You are a warrior. You are learning. You are brave. Most learners never speak because they're waiting for perfection. They're thinking, what if I use the wrong tense? What if I forget the right word? What if I sound funny? And because of that fear, they say nothing. But silence is not safety. Silence is slow death for your fluency. Every day you stay silent, your mouth loses strength. Every day you overthink, your brain builds more hesitation. You don't kill fear by staying quiet. You kill fear by speaking through it. Even if it's wrong, even if you mix up tenses, even if people look at you strangely, let them look, let them correct you, let them laugh. Because every mistake you make is one step closer to fluency. Let me repeat that. Every broken sentence is one step forward. Every wrong word you say is a sign of growth. Every awkward moment is a seed of confidence. And here's something important. Most native speakers, including people who speak English as their first language, also make mistakes. They say, he don't know. I seen it yesterday. Where you at? These are native speakers. They don't stop themselves. They just keep talking. They keep communicating because they understand this one rule. Fluency is not about being right. Fluency is about being fearless. So from now on, promise yourself this. I will speak broken English with pride because my fluency is born in my bravery, not in my grammar. Even if you say yesterday I go to office, he don't coming. I know understand. Say it, speak it, own it, then later fix it. But don't stop yourself before speaking. That's how you stay stuck. Fluency grows in motion, not in silence. Solution 2, train your mouth, not just your mind. Now that your fear of speaking wrong is destroyed, we move to the most critical part of fluency building. Something 99% of learners ignore. You must train your mouth, not just your brain. Let's be honest, most English learners spend years doing this. Reading grammar books, watching YouTube videos, memorizing vocabulary, understanding complex rules, writing notes, and guess what? After all that, they still say, I understand everything, but I can't speak. Why? Because they trained their brain but never trained their mouth. You see, English fluency is not a memory test. It's a physical skill. It's not just about knowledge. It's about movement. Speaking English fluently is like dancing, swimming, or singing. You can watch 1,000 videos about how to swim, but unless your body enters the water, you will drown. You can memorize every dance step, but until your body moves with the music, you cannot dance. You can understand perfect grammar, but until your mouth moves in rhythm with English, you will stay silent. That's why so many learners say, I can think in English, but I can't speak fast. I know what to say, but I can't say it quickly. I freeze in real conversations. The solution is clear. You must train your mouth like an athlete trains their body. Repetition, emotion, rhythm, sound, flow daily. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Choose one short sentence from a movie or audio. Example, let me check. I'm not sure. That sounds great. Step 2. Repeat it out loud 10 times with full emotion. Don't whisper. Don't say it flat like a robot. Don't just repeat it mindlessly. Instead, copy the emotion. Copy the speed. Copy the voice energy. Copy the music of the sentence. Say it like the actor said it. Step 3. Use the sentence in your own example. Once you've practiced, that sounds great. Now say, that sounds great for dinner. That sounds great to me. That sounds great, but I'm busy. Create 3 more variations. Speak them out loud. Step 4. Repeat every day with 3 new phrases. Don't just do this once. Do it daily. This is your mouth training gym. Every day your mouth gets stronger. Every day your rhythm improves. Every day your voice becomes smoother and slowly. The hesitation disappears. You don't think, you just speak. Why? Because your mouth has practiced the moves. This technique is called mouth muscle training, and it's used by actors, public speakers, and even language learners around the world. It works because it trains your fluency physically, not through memory, but through repetition, through rhythm, through movement, just like learning to sing or box or dance. So here's what you need to remember. If you don't train your mouth, your brain will always feel stuck. But if you train your mouth every day, fluency will become natural. Forget perfect grammar for now. Focus on mouth movement. Train sentences. Train phrases. Train sound. Train flow. Even if it feels weird at first, even if your tongue gets tired, keep going. Your brain knows English. Now it's time for your mouth to catch up. Solution 3. Mirror talk. Speak to yourself like you mean it. There's one thing every fluent speaker has in common. They don't just speak English, they own it. And to do that, you need one powerful tool that costs nothing. Needs no teacher, no friend, no partner, just you, your voice, and a mirror. This is called mirror talk practice. Have you ever tried to speak English in front of a mirror? Not just for 5 seconds, not just whispering, but truly looking into your own eyes and talking for 1, 2, even 5 full minutes. Most learners haven't because it feels strange, feels awkward, feels uncomfortable. And that's exactly why you must do it. Why mirror talk works like magic. Because it removes your 2 biggest enemies. The fear of being judged. The fear of making eye contact while speaking English. You see, most learners can speak English alone but freeze when someone is watching because their brain goes into panic. They're looking at me. What if I say it wrong? What do I do with my hands? Where should I look? That's not a fluency issue. That's a psychological performance issue. Like stage fright. Now listen closely. When you practice speaking in front of a mirror, you're forcing yourself to face yourself. Hear your own voice. Watch your body language. Build emotional strength to be seen while speaking. Mirror practice turns you into your own speaking coach because the mirror never lies. This is not random. This is a full fluency exercise routine. Step 1. Stand in front of the mirror. Look into your own eyes. Yes, this matters. Look at yourself like you're talking to someone else. Because in real life, you'll have to do exactly that. Look into people's eyes and speak confidently. Step 2. Pick a topic that matters to you. Don't say random textbook sentences. Choose a real, emotional, meaningful topic. Examples. What did I do today? What do I want in life? Why do I want to speak English? What scares me? What makes me happy? Why? Because emotion connects fluency. When you speak with feeling, your mouth and brain sync up. You stop translating. You start expressing. Step 3. Talk for 1 minute. Even if it's broken English, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is flow, expression, confidence. Don't worry about grammar. Don't correct yourself while speaking. Just keep going. Even if you say, I want to learn English because I feel scared sometimes when people ask me question, that's perfect, because what matters is not how correct you sound. What matters is that you're finally opening your mouth. Step 4. Talk for 2 minutes the next day, then 3, then 5. Make it a daily challenge. You can even record yourself. Watch it later. Notice your voice, your tone, your movement. You'll begin to spot your hesitation areas. You'll hear where your confidence breaks, and slowly you'll fix it. Mirror talk helps you train 3 things at once. 1. Mouth movement, because you're speaking. 2. Confidence and eye contact, because you're watching yourself. 3. Emotional expression, because you're speaking from the heart. Real talk, it will feel awkward at first. You'll feel uncomfortable. You'll laugh. You'll mess up. You'll feel silly. But guess what? That's your brain breaking its old pattern. That's fluency being born. And after a week, 2 weeks, a month, you'll look into that same mirror and see someone else. Not the silent learner you used to be, but a confident speaker who talks without fear. That's the power of mirror talk, and it's one of the most underrated, most powerful techniques on earth for building real speaking fluency. Solution 4. Stop translating. Start thinking in phrases. Now we move into the heart of real-time fluency. Let's talk about the biggest mistake learners make when trying to speak. They try to translate every word in their head. They think in their native language first, then try to turn it into English, then try to say it out loud. But here's the problem. That process is too slow, and conversations don't wait. By the time you finish your sentence in your head, the moment is gone. The person has already moved on. You miss your chance. So what's the solution? You must stop thinking in words and start thinking in phrases. What does that mean?
Instead of trying to build every sentence word by word, you learn full expressions that already exist in English. These are called natural speech chunks, and they are used by fluent speakers every single day. For example, instead of thinking I am not understanding, you just say I'm not sure. Instead of thinking can you please tell me about, you say can I ask you something. Instead of translating what is the meaning of, you say what does that mean. These phrases save time, reduce stress, and build confidence. Because when you think in phrases, your brain doesn't have to construct a sentence. It simply pulls out a pre-recorded block and your mouth speaks it automatically. Because fluent speech is not word by word. Think of how you use your native language. You don't stop to think the weather is good today. You just say it all at once with rhythm and tone. That's what phrases do for your English. Step 1. Learn 5 common phrases per day. Write them down. Speak them out loud. Examples. Let me check. That makes sense. It depends. I'm not sure. Can I say something? Step 2. Speak them 10 times with full voice. Repeat with rhythm and confidence. This builds mouth memory. Step 3. Use them in 3 different sentences. Let me check my schedule. Let me check the time. Let me check that for you. This trains your brain to pull them automatically in real conversations. After 30 days of phrase training, your brain will stop translating, start flowing, stop hesitating, start speaking clearly because it's no longer building sentences. Word by word. It's using blocks, fluency blocks like Lego pieces. And suddenly, you'll hear yourself say, yeah, that sounds great. I don't really think so. Let's do it tomorrow. Without planning, without overthinking, without fear. Just natural, smooth, fluent English from your brain to your mouth. You don't need 10,000 words to become fluent. You need 500 powerful phrases spoken with confidence.
Start with 5 today. Repeat them. Use them. Live with them. Because when you speak in phrases, fluency begins. Solution 5. Use visual speaking prompts. Train your brain to speak freely. Let me ask you a simple question. If I show you a picture of a beach, can you describe it in your native language? Of course you can. But can you describe it right now in English without stopping, without freezing? Most learners struggle not because they don't understand the picture, but because they don't know how to activate their English voice on demand. That's where this next solution comes in. It's called visual speaking prompts. This is one of the most powerful brain-activating techniques ever created for language learners. And the best part, you don't need a partner. You don't need a teacher. You don't need an expensive course. You just need one picture, one moment, and your voice. Why do visual prompts work so well? Because they force your brain to think fast, speak spontaneously, describe reality, activate vocabulary, build flow, practice real-world English, not textbook English. And all of this happens without translating, without memorizing, and without overthinking. Let me show you exactly how it works. Step 1. Choose any picture or object around you. Could be a photo of your room, a picture of food, a street scene, a person walking, even your own hand or shoe. The point is, it must be real, something you can see, touch, feel, because real objects activate real descriptions and real fluency. Step 2. Ask yourself simple questions in English. This will guide your mind into expression. Ask, what do I see? What is happening? What colors are there? What is the mood? What would I say if I was there? Let's say you see a photo of a beach. Now speak out loud. I see a calm beach with white sand. The water is blue and peaceful. There are 2 people walking near the waves. The sky is cloudy. It looks like evening. I think I would enjoy being there. Feels peaceful. Was that perfect? No. Was it fluent? Yes. Was it real English? Absolutely. Because it came from you without translation, without writing, without preparing. This is free speech activation. Step 3. Keep talking. Push beyond the first 10 seconds. Most learners give up after 1 sentence, but real fluency begins when you keep going. Even when your brain feels tired. So challenge yourself to speak for 30 seconds, then 1 minute, then 2 minutes. Keep going. Even if your vocabulary is limited, even if your grammar is broken, because this moment, this flow, this spontaneous speaking is exactly what builds confidence. Step 4. Record yourself once a week. Not daily, just once a week. Why? Because it helps you hear your progress. You'll notice your hesitation decreasing, your vocabulary improving, your sentence flow becoming smoother, your confidence rising. It's not about sounding perfect. It's about watching yourself become a speaker, not just a learner. What if I don't know the words? Good. That's part of the training. If you see something and don't know the English word, describe it in another way. It's the thing you use to clean the floor. Instead of broom, use your hands to show it. Use sound, shape, or action. This forces your brain to communicate, not just translate. And communication is the real definition of fluency. This is the fastest way to think in English, speak without planning, build daily fluency, learn naturally like a child because children learn by seeing and speaking. And now so will you. Solution 6. Talk to yourself all day in English. Make English your internal voice. This is one of the most powerful daily fluency habits you can ever build. In English all day. Yes, to yourself out loud. No audience, no partner, no permission needed. You turn your daily life into a personal English conversation class. Let's go deep into this because this method changes lives. When you talk to yourself, something incredible happens. You practice without fear of judgment. You activate speaking reflexes. You turn passive vocabulary into active fluency. You build the habit of thinking in English. And most importantly, you don't wait for the perfect moment. You create the perfect moment. Every minute becomes a practice session. What do you say to yourself? Anything. Everything. This is real-world, natural, functional English. Road is so noisy. I need to finish that email. I should call mom. I love how the sunshine feels. Notice something? These are not complicated sentences. These are your real thoughts, your real emotions, your real daily experiences. That's where fluency hides in the small sentences you say 100 times a day, but never in English. Step 1. Choose a time block. Pick 5 minutes in the morning every day just for this example. While getting ready, preparing breakfast, or walking. Step 2. Say everything you're doing. In English, this is called verbal narration. You describe your life out loud like this. I'm brushing my teeth now. Let me check what I have to do today. I think I'll wear something blue today. Okay, time to make breakfast. Just speak. No filter, no grammar check. Just flow. Step 3. Expand slowly. Once you're comfortable, start describing how you feel. I feel tired today, but I want to stay productive. What you plan. After lunch, I'll study for an hour. What you observe. The sky is so cloudy it might rain. You're building an English brain. Sentence by sentence, thought by thought. But what if I don't know how to say it? Great. That's when your brain learns. Try to say it in a simple way. If you want to say, I have to vacuum the floor, but you don't know vacuum, say, I have to clean the floor with that machine. Your brain will find a way, and over time you'll automatically learn the right word. This is natural learning in action. Transform your environment into a classroom. When you're walking, describe the street. When you're shopping, talk about what you need. When you're eating, talk about taste, smell, and feeling. When you're resting, talk about your day. You're no longer learning English. You're now living in English. You don't need a teacher to speak. You don't need a class to speak. You don't need permission to speak. You are the teacher. Your life is the class. Your mind is the microphone. Talk to yourself in English every single day and your fluency will rise faster than you can imagine. Solution 7. Set a daily speak English time. Turn fluency into a routine, not a random wish. Let's be honest. One of the biggest reasons people can't speak English fluently is not because they don't know how, but because they don't do it consistently. They practice only when they feel motivated. When they see an English video, when they meet someone who speaks English, when they get free time, which almost never comes. That's why fluency never comes. Because fluency is not a result of random practice. Fluency is the result of daily deliberate focused speaking. And this solution is going to help you make that happen. Create your own daily English speaking time. This is the most underrated, underused, and overpowered habit that successful language learners use around the world. Why most learners never build fluency. They learn English the way people try to lose weight in January. Big motivation in the beginning. Start strong for 3 to 4 days. Miss one day, then another. Eventually give up. The problem isn't the method. The problem is the system. If your English speaking practice depends on your mood or free time, it will never happen consistently. And fluency only comes to those who train daily with intention. Just like athletes, just like musicians, just like confident speakers. So how do you build that speaking habit? You don't need hours. You don't need expensive tools. You just need to lock in a time every single day where English is non-negotiable. That time becomes sacred. No phone, no excuses, no distractions, only English speaking practice. Step 1. Pick a time that never changes. Could be 7 o'clock a.m. right after you brush your teeth. 9 o'clock p.m. before going to bed. 6 p.m. after work. But here's the rule. It must be the same time every day. Why? Because habits are formed through repetition, not randomness. When your brain knows, every day at 7 o'clock p.m., I speak English for 10 minutes, it stops resisting. It starts preparing. It gets into flow faster. It reduces hesitation. Step 2. Make a clear speaking plan for that time. Don't sit and wonder what should I say today. Go in with a plan. Here are a few ideas. Day 1. Describe your entire day. Day 2. Talk about something that made you angry or excited. Day 3. Pretend you're giving advice to someone younger. Day 4. Practice storytelling, something real from your life. Day 5. Watch a short video and explain it in your own words. You can rotate these each week. This gives you structure. Structure creates consistency. Consistency creates fluency. Step 3. Speak out loud. Record if possible. Don't just whisper. Don't just think. Speak out loud. Use your voice fully. And if you can, record yourself once or twice a week. Why? Because when you listen later, you'll see your growth. You'll spot areas to improve. You'll feel motivated. Step 4. Track your streak. Don't break it. Keep a simple calendar. Mark every day you practiced. It takes 21 days to build a speaking habit. It takes 90 days to transform your fluency. Start with 7 days in a row, then 14, then 30, and one day you'll look back and realize I don't even need to schedule it anymore. Speaking English is just part of who I am now. That is real transformation. You don't become fluent by waiting. You don't become fluent by accident. You become fluent by showing up every single day. Even when you don't feel like it. Even 10 minutes a day of real speaking practice is better than 2 hours once a week. Because fluency is not about the total time. It's about the daily repetition. It's about the brain and mouth connection. It's about making English part of your life, not just part of your goals. Start your daily English time today. Because once you build this habit, you'll never have to say, I'll speak English one day. That day will become today. Solution 8. Speak first, then fix later. Don't pause for perfection. This is the final solution and possibly the most important of all, because even if you apply every other solution, if you still pause in the middle of sentences to correct yourself, you'll never achieve natural fluency. So here it is. Speak first, then fix later. Let me say it again. Speak first, then fix later. Most English learners pause, restart, freeze, and break their flow because they're trying to say it perfectly, use the correct tense, avoid mistakes, find the perfect word, sound smart, and while doing all that, they forget the most important rule of speaking. Speaking is a live skill, not a written test. Nobody has time to wait for you to correct every word while you're talking. And the more you pause for correction, the more your mouth forgets how to speak smoothly. That's why this solution is so powerful. Let's go deeper. Why do learners keep fixing themselves while speaking? Because they were trained to do so. In school, they were corrected immediately. In class, every mistake became a punishment. So now in real life, the brain says, wait, that wasn't right. Oh no, wrong word again. Should I say did or have done? I need to say it again. And slowly the fluency dies. But fluent speakers don't speak that way. Do you know what fluent speakers do when they make a mistake? They keep going. They correct it later if needed, or they don't correct it at all because their priority is not grammar. It's communication, connection, flow. Even native speakers say things like, he doesn't know. I seen it. Sorry, I saw it yesterday. This is my favorite one. But they don't panic. They fix it after if necessary and move on. That's what you must do too. Step 1. Speak without fear of mistakes. Let yourself speak as it comes. Don't interrupt your own sentence. Even if it sounds wrong, even if the word feels weird, even if the sentence isn't clean, finish it. Then, after the sentence is done, ask yourself, did that sound natural? Can I say it in a better way? This trains you to speak without fear and reflect with calmness. Step 2. Separate practice time and correction time. During your speaking session, just speak. Later, you can analyze. Could I have used a better verb? What was the tense there? Did I use the right article? This is how professionals train. They perform first, then they review and improve. Step 3. Use fluency over correction in conversations. In real-time situations with people, never stop the flow. Even if you say she go to school, keep going. She go to school every day and she goes to school. Yes, she goes every day. Notice what happened. You corrected yourself, but you didn't stop. You didn't break the sentence. You didn't freeze. This is exactly what fluent people do because fluency is not about avoiding mistakes. Fluency is about surviving through them and growing beyond them. This solution is not just about language. It's about mindset. Stop trying to speak like a textbook. Start speaking like a human. Humans make mistakes. Humans correct themselves. Humans keep talking. The more you focus on speaking first and fixing later, the more confident, natural, and fluent you will become. Because now your goal is no longer perfection. Your goal is progress. You've listened till the end. And that tells me one thing. You're serious. You're not just a watcher. You're not just a learner. You're someone who wants to change. Someone who's tired of overthinking. Tired of being silent in conversations. Tired of saying, I knew what to say, but I didn't say it. Let me tell you this. From one human to another, you are ready. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need 10,000 words. You don't need an English accent. You just need one thing: courage. The courage to speak broken English, the courage to make mistakes, the courage to speak even when your voice shakes. Because fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being fearless. So from today, stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Speak now. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's not fast, even if it's not beautiful, because the first step is the most powerful one. And you just took it. Now, I want you to do 3 things. 1. Subscribe to this channel. If you're serious about training your brain and your mouth for real English fluency, this is not just a channel. This is your English-speaking gym, and we are your team. 2. Comment below what solution in this video helped you the most. What speaking habit are you going to start today? Let's talk in the comments in English, because the more you write, the more you grow, and your comment might inspire someone else. 3. Come back to this video once a week. Rewatch it, listen again, speak out loud with it. Because every time you hear these words, your brain rewires a little more. Your hesitation gets smaller. Your voice gets stronger. Remember this: fluency doesn't come when you're perfect. It comes when you're brave. So don't just watch. Don't just dream. Speak every single day. You have a voice. Use it. I believe in you. Let's go.